Phyllis, you're up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because you can't.
No, we have to apply for it.
You've got like a heater here next to you.
6 of them. I kicked 6 abalone.
You can't feel that?
No, must be going
It's
this
right
way.
there. Like,
Oh yeah.
Are there 2 compartments in that water bottle?
No, just one. One fancy one.
one keeps fish.
Yeah.
So we're this is good, guys. We're not going to get to all 10. We'll probably do 4 because this is going slower, but it's good. I'm hearing some good conversations and some good ideas coming up. So this is good. Okay. So Phyllis, you're up. Okay. Are you ready?
All right.
Good.
You can do it.
Now.
Go, girl.
Okay. So Phyllis, just email me your. I'm gonna actually be the
Yeah.
broker. Okay. I'm not gonna be the receptionist.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You're the
Quiet.
CFO.
Yeah.
You're the
okay.
CFO.
I'm the CFO. Okay.
Okay.
Phyllis, just email me your information. I'll review it and I'll let you know if we even want to meet.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Gary, that sounds great. I'm really glad that you asked me to do that. The reason being is that a lot of the clients that I work with in the restaurant industry, they have actually asked for the same thing. And I'm excited about you asking because I think that once you see some of the unique service components to our program, you will be definitely interested in moving forward with us. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you is specifically what are you looking for in terms of the information? We actually have a lot of material, and I want to be able to hone in on what's important to you rather than waste your time with a lot of, just...
just send me your whole packet. That'll be fine. Just send me all the information you got.
Okay, I will definitely do that. I do have that ready and available. Now, what I'd like to do, Gary, I'm actually going to be in Oakland in a couple of weeks. I have an appointment with Scott Seafood, and I'd like to be able to swing by either in the morning before that appointment or right after lunch. What works for your schedule?
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
Okay. I got to tell you, it was good. I can't say it was compelling, but it's a hard one. It's a really hard one. Okay. Let's you guys go now, and then we're going to discuss about some areas where there could have been some growth to that. Okay, and also you did some really good things there, though. You did some really good things.
Very good.
So who's on this side?
I'm going to take it. I'll take it.
Okay, Murph. Just email me your information. I'll review it and I'll decide if we're going to meet. I get a call like this every week.
Understood, Gary. Understood. I guess you haven't heard of us yet. Then we're the ones who are helping all the engineering contractors up here in the area. We just had a big abalone feed this weekend. You may know Joe Smith. He was there. He had a good time. He'll tell you all about it. I understand that you're short on time, and instead of sending you a bunch of information that may or may not be what you're looking for, what we've found oftentimes is the best use of your time is if I were to pop down for, say, 10 minutes, and that way we could make sure that they actually answer the questions that you have as opposed to just sending you a bunch of canned information that may not make any sense for you.
Well, my schedule is so crazy. 10 minutes?
10 minutes. I can guarantee you we'll be out of there in 10 minutes. We can hold it down to 10 minutes for sure.
What would you be doing in 10 minutes?
Having a quick conversation as to what your current program is, what your needs are, and what we might be able to provide for you.
Okay.
Are you free on Thursday?
All right.
Yeah. Are you free? Yeah. Calendar. Are you in front of your calendar?
9 o'clock on Thursday, or just before lunch on Wednesday.
I could say this because that's a really hard one,
Yeah.
and then you all are probably much. I think you're all much better on this one than when you first started to tackle it.
Yeah.
But do you think anybody was like rock star? Oh my gosh, I want to meet him now. What do you guys think?
I think we were.
Okay. What do you guys think they did right?
Okay. Problem is, I needed to have us assess Phyllis right away because I don't remember
Well, let's
exactly everything she did right in terms of the 7. But what I did like about what Phyllis did was she agreed with you
Yeah.
right away.
She cushioned.
She cushioned very well. And she said, she kind of reiterated, I like that she created momentum in the first part, saying she's excited about how a lot of her, kind of first relationship started off sending information. So it sort of made the person like, oh, that's kind of weird. I'm trying to get rid of her. And
Right.
she's excited. I mean, that's like weird. And I'm trying to think what else that she would have added there that, I'm trying to remember all she did because now I'm remembering Murph's.
She went naturally into like just assuming. I thought she was good at assuming.
Yep.
Okay, that I'm going to meet with her, even though that's important when you get an objection. By the way, when you hear the objection, you need to answer it and just assume that you answer it to their satisfaction and move forward.
Right.
Okay, because if you kind of here's my answer to your objection, and I hope you accepted it, and you
Check.
that's kind of weak. You have to just assume that and overcome it. And remember, confidence and preparedness are sexy. Remember I said that? And are attractive. All right? Fear and unpreparedness are on the same side. So if you're going to go to the effort of answering this thing, you better come across as, hey, most people, when I give them this objection and I overcome it this way, they're cool. They move forward.
Yeah.
I've noticed that neither one of you guys yet have said, is there anything else besides that why you want to meet me today? You're just busy? Is that the only reason? Because really, I think you guys should dig deeper. Maybe they just signed a contract 2 months ago with somebody else, and they haven't even told you that. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, that we got to get to their bottom line real objection. All right? So
How would you do it in that case? Because there's no real objection there. It's just send me your information.
Send me your information. Okay?
That's more of an
and what I
excuse
would
than objection.
I would drive more questions in.
Yeah.
Most people that tell me that they just want me to send information, and I haven't been compelling enough. I guess I didn't. I guess you haven't heard about us yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little deeper. Are you currently set up with another provider? Okay, or is it something?
They are. Everybody has.
I understand that, but I'm going to go deeper, okay, to find out what the reason is why they just want me to send information. It's funny. I got off the phone with a guy just a few minutes ago, and he said send me information, but he went further on and he told me the reason was that's almost making it compelling that they're going to want to tell you the reason why their deal is.
Force them to give you a real objection.
We need to know the real reason. When they just say send something, do we know why? No, that's an excuse.
Yeah, it is an excuse.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to get to the real objection. Okay. Again, you guys, good effort on both of your parts. I'm going to give you guys both a point. Okay, so you guys,
We're going to get a tiebreaker going.
Are we
yeah,
going to get a
okay. We're going to
No,
do. We're going to
we're not.
Okay,
very different
Lizzie, why don't you know the ones that I want to make sure we hit the 4 biggies.
All right.
Which one should we do?
I don't know. Owen, you pick one that you are wanting the most. A good opportunity for scripts.
Let's do that current broker one. I mean, I just hear it a lot. Or the relationship.
That's why I put it as
10
number
years.
one. Yep.
10 years. Either one of those, I think, would be a good one.
Okay. Owen, do you agree? Or?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we're really happy with our current broker.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's the question. 5 minutes, guys. But this time, really keep it 5 minutes.
Okay.
And the reason is we got 9 people.
We're getting
We got
there.
9 people
Yeah.
viewing from somewhere around the country.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. And they're like, "Where's everybody?"
Are you getting emails?
What?
Are you getting emails?
Let me see. I don't know. I didn't expect necessarily a big group to be on today.
9 are. That's pretty good.
Oh, 9R?
Yeah. John's got.
Because these are good questions.
So what are we doing?
Okay,
We're
we're
happy with
doing-
our current
we're-
broker?
Yeah, number one.
Yeah, we can combine 1 and 2 together.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
We've been happy with our current broker. We've been 10 years.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so we're going out?
Yeah, we're going out.
Okay. 5
My
minutes.
banana.
Lizzie, I'll text you. You have,
Okay.
you have your phone with you? I'll text you in.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, we'll
Well,
knock
yes,
on the
I
door.
do.
We'll knock on the door. We'll go get you.
Keep cutting out.
Yeah.
I gotta get this around this one.
So,
I want to listen. I don't know that I do. I do. You know I do.
So this one, I love cushioning. Big time.
Yeah.
And so my favorite line that I think works is whenever they say, "Dan, wait, look and sing."
Yes.
Okay. No. I always say something along the lines that 10, 15 years, that's great. Actually, Brian, to be straight with you, that actually makes me want to be your broker that much more, because those are the types of relationships that I have with my clients. Those are the ones that I'm striving for. That's how I start to push and break them down.
Yep.
And I always say it depends on where we are, but we could go the route that sometimes you've been with your broker for a long time. There's consistency in your program that hasn't changed or adapted to the changes in the insurance market, and sometimes it's good to sit down with someone who specializes in your industry just to take a look and see if your current program is exactly that. And in that way, we could also talk about from a service standpoint, making sure that our service plan lives up to what you're having with your current broker. But before I get into that, I start asking more questions like, what is it that you like about your broker? How have they gained your business for 10 plus years?
Or you could say something like, I'm sure your broker's doing a good job for you, and we're not into coming in and replacing something that's not broken, but perhaps maybe we could be your backup broker should that program fall apart or something. You have somebody that you've already met, that you're comfortable with our product and what we do, and who knows, once we really go through your program, there might be something in there that you're missing that you don't even know that you're missing right now.
Yeah, I think I like to hear the 15 or 20 years, because I think chances are there's something that's been missed. It's been the other broker's not focusing on it. I think there's the best opportunity.
And they're loyal.
And they're loyal, so that's all good stuff. But it's hard to say that to a client is, I think your broker's ignoring you, and I can find holes in this program.
Right.
But I think it's going for audit, I think, is maybe kind of using all of that and say, how did you say it before, where it's, totally lost my train of thought.
Well, let's write this down. Let's do the 7 steps. So the first one is, Gary, that's great. It's refreshing to hear.
Okay.
Gary, that's great.
Bill, you want to do it?
You do it?
So
Okay.
I would say the first line, Gary, that's great. It's refreshing.
Well, this is what I got. I understand. No, it sounds like you have a great relationship with your current broker. Those are the relationships I like to try and establish with my clients. Then the second was, what is it about your current broker that you really, really like well? Mm-hmm. And then they say something, and then what else? What else? What else? Till it gets overwhelming, and I just slam the phone down. No. And then, well, perhaps you haven't heard about us. We're talking to all, we talk with all the companies in the industry and have great insight to, all the different things that go into your business and the insurance coverages around that.
Good.
What we found with long-term broker relationships is that it's good to do a review periodically, and because sometimes the same eyes see the same things year after year, and it's good to have a fresh set of eyes.
And it's always good to have a backup broker just in case something happens with your current broker.
Yeah, I think use that. I think finish with what you're saying there, Billy, and I think reinforce the point is that we work with a lot of companies in your industry. We're not about upsetting relationships that are working, but it sometimes makes sense to have a second set of eyes look at your program, because we insure so many companies like you. I can take a quick look. I can tell you right off the bat whether or not things are structured the way they should be. If they are, then great. If they're not, then we can keep talking.
Do you want to say
nothing else?
Third-party testimonial?
Yeah.
Coming down to Shelters with their broker for 15 years, we had the chance to meet with them, do an audit, and now we're enjoying our 5-year renewal.
And we've saved them 10% or 20%. Say 20.
So throwing we're throwing in everything. Third party.
That's exactly what DPR said.
Is that outside or in here?
I think it's outside because they're doing. It's not.
What's that?
Do you hear the high pitched?
Yeah, it sounds to me like it's coming from
Oh.
right in here, but I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I hear it too.
Do you?
I wonder what it
Is
is.
it 7?
We both hear it.
You're
Is it a
hearing
dog
it too, huh?
Yeah, do you hear it, John? Or-
Yeah, I'm getting some kind of weird feedback thing. I have to shut off all the time. Are those little speakers on?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
No.
we could shut those off.
Those are off.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I bet you that's it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Because this has been a light little buzz the whole time.
Yeah.
Now it's totally gone.
Now it's gone.
Yeah.
But it comes in and out.
No.
it's, it's not the speakers. And our ears are working right.
You got it all there, Billy? Let me go through it
No, I
again.
ran out of room.
Okay. Let me knock on the window for them.
We need maybe one more minute.
Yep.
I just stole your paper.
Okay, so third party, we look at a number of different companies, and just yesterday, meeting with one of your competitors, found 2 or 3 things in their coverage that seem to be missing that are very important to your industry. And then
make the close.
so
I would close with would like to swing by, would like to meet and go through.
Can stop in and talk to you about a risk management audit service that we provide,
Yeah.
and take it that way, where we can evaluate. We can use our expertise in your industry to evaluate your program, and either 50% of the time there's nothing wrong there, and I can tell you that everything is great.
But if there's
50% of the time,
Yeah.
there's significant problems.
How'd it go?
BFR. He's
You
gonna
showed
go.
up?
No, he's here, and the only
With
problem
BFR in hand?
is making sure this. Anyway, I don't bore you with it.
Yeah.
But when new guys come with BFRs, that's a gratifying feeling.
Big broker?
He was. You'll meet him
Cool.
soon. He's got an interesting story to tell. But yeah, just
What department did he work in over there?
at Gallagher, he did all kinds of stuff. His big account was. Are we being recorded here? I'm about talking about his book of business.
Do you wanna-
No. Well, anyway, he
And 9 viewers.
yes, exactly. So his he had a very large book at one time when he transitioned. And
Older or younger?
age is such a relative term. He is older than me, younger than some,
Got it.
but he's a good guy.
Okay.
You gonna reach the Liz notch ever?
Team
No, I
1.
don't know.
Turn it up there?
Notches unbeknownst.
No, I'm telling you, you had some really good juju from both Marshall and Phyllis
I don't
on there.
understand.
They had really good responses.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So
So, Team 1.
Nobody showed them. They came
Okay, you
naked.
guys ready? Murph
Very
took
good.
off to go to the bathroom. We're going to have a bathroom break.
Hold on.
We're going to have a bathroom break in a few minutes. Okay.
Did he go? I don't
He
know.
must
if
have.
did. Must have.
Or coffee.
All right, here you
All right.
Power play.
So you three. Okay, here we go.
Good.
Okay.
Wait.
So you,
Aren't we first?
No, we're first.
no, because you got first last one.
I'm sorry.
Here we go. You know,
Take this for now.
You're going to
we're really happy with our current provider, with our current broker. We're just comfortable.
Gary, I understand you have a great relationship with your current broker, and really those are the type of relationships I like to build with my clients. And I have many long-term clients that I've had great relationships with. But, so what is it about your current broker that you really like?
You know, it's just comfortable for us. They've been with us for like 15 years, and they're just really easy to get a hold of, and just make it comfortable. We don't even worry about it.
So it sounds like you're looking for somebody that is going to be responsive and be there for you when you call.
Yeah, it's important to us.
Anything else?
Yeah, well, of course, these days, you know, we're trying to cut costs as well as make more money in our company. So, Absit will come down to dollars and cents.
Well, in this economy, I mean, any economy, but you definitely don't want to overpay for your insurance, but you want to make sure you have all the right coverages in place without sacrificing, while having a good price. So, anything else?
No, I think those are the two.
So it sounds like having somebody who you like working with is responsive for you, and the right price, or a price that you like is good.
Mhm.
That's what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, perhaps you haven't heard of this, but we talk with all the brokers or all the companies in your industry. We have a program, and we're very familiar with all your exposures and coverages that fit for those exposures. And we found it can be good to have a second look from somebody who is familiar with the industry, especially when you've had the same set of eyes look at your program for the last 10 or 12 years. And sometimes new things come into the market, or somebody's just, kind of knows a certain way of doing it, and it's good to have a second set of eyes come in. And I think we can come in and look at your program and pretty quickly see what we can improve. And if we can't, I'll tell you so, and I'll be on my way and let you know that you got a great program going. But if I think I can improve it, I can tell you where I can improve it. And if we can do that, would you strongly consider us as somebody who can bid on your insurance?
Mm-hmm. Incredible. That was incredible.
Good, thanks.
He did I don't know if you guys know this, 4 different things he used techniques on. Okay, that was really, really good.
Do I get 2 points for that one?
Well, I think you get, I'm going to give them a chance to get a point too.
Okay.
Okay, but, and I'm not going to, I wrote down the 4 things that were good. Okay, and then 1 or 2 areas where I think there's some improvement, but I just want to tell you that was well thought out. You had structure to it. You cushioned. You used some of the tech we've been talking about on the first 2 objections. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, who's up on this side?
No pressure, me.
Yeah, because they're probably getting a point. So now you guys are going to get. Okay, there we go. Deb, I just really, we're happy with our current broker.
I appreciate that, and we hear that all the time. And in fact, most of the clients that we've brought in new this year and last year as well had long-standing relationships with their current brokers. For example, Jordan Winery, they were doing business with Aon for 15 years, and we came in and we met with them, and they found our program to be very compelling, and they met with us. Would you be open to a meeting next week? In fact, I'm going to be over, nearby, and I could pop in the morning. Would that work for you?
Well, like I said, we're just happy with our current broker right now. I mean, this is how we are.
I understand. How many years again have you been with your current broker? 15 years. Have you ever had other brokers come in to look at your program?
I think from time to time when there was some compelling information that they had that we wanted to hear about, but what exactly is it that's compelling about you guys?
Well, we have some unique program offerings, and that we have different ways of looking at things. And one of the things that really worked for another client that had a long-standing relationship was if we could come in and do some due diligence for you. And we could take a look at your program and tell you how that benchmarks against our program. And we, again, there's no pressure with that. If your program meets our benchmarks, we'll let you know. And if we find that there might be some differences for you to look at, some different ways to look at things, we will let you know that as well. Would you be open to a new, fresh set of eyes that works a lot in your industry? And again, we have great references and work with a lot of clients that have been, in fact, with the broker that you've been with for the past 10 years that have moved their program to us. And again, I'm going to be in the area, so I could just swing by and just,
Isn't it amazing how we're always in the area?
put a face to my voice. And,
we're just happy to always be in that. And that's a salesperson's joke. The other people don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Okay, man, you're sweating bullets. you did also very, very well. I think theirs is a little bit better though. Okay, I think you had 4 compelling points, and you had 2, and you kept saying, "So would you be willing? So would you be willing?" And to me, that came across as too much. I think so.
Yeah.
It came across as too salesy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm going to teach you guys. Remember when we did phone prospecting in the 3rd month? I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put you down. Remember, I write that. Right? I want you guys to write that down. I'm going to go ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put you down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put you down. Okay? And it's like you're in the same room as them. You're going to tell what your answer is to your objection. Same room as them. I'm going to go ahead and put you. Don't look them in the eye. You just kind of put them. I'm going to be in your area anyways. I might as well pop by real quick. Okay, and show you this whole thing that we're talking about. Then they could either say yes or no. Okay, at that point I'm being confident, as opposed to, so would you be willing? Okay, it almost sounds like you're too, I don't know, soft. I mean we're talking thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. Okay, they want someone confident. If they're going to give you the objection of would you be willing, that's still an objection, no or yes, or I'm going to go ahead and put I didn't say you could. Oh, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I just got kind of excited. That's how you do it. Okay, now you guys, I'm not saying be pushy. I'm saying be what?
Persistent.
No, not even
Confident.
not confident, because confidence is attractive, not pushy.
That feels pushy to me. Say, I'm going to put you down, you know, hey, Gary, you know what, blah, 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 blah. And, okay, so I'm going to put you down for next Wednesday at about 3:30.
No.
So.
But then you can carry it further. I'm put you down. Would you be comfortable if I came by? At that scene, you have to finish. Would you be comfortable?
Okay.
You have to finish with the
Okay.
last part, okay? I'm going to put you down because I'm
Okay.
in the area anyways. Would you be
Right.
comfortable if I pop by? So you're taking that first step
I
saying,
didn't get that. Thank you.
you have to do that. Would you be comfortable if I pop at the end? Okay? But I'm going to put you down because I'm going to be in the area anyways. Would you be comfortable if I pop by? It's almost like they feel like you already want to do it. And they could say no. Right, but you add that last part at the
Okay,
end.
then what would you say
What's that?
when they said no?
If they said no? I would go, I guess you haven't heard about us. Yes, that was the first one. Okay, remember, I guess you haven't heard about us yet? Mm-hmm. We're the one talking to all the people. You guys both did it well. I'll tell you guys what you both did well. You both did well the second set of eyes. And that I always like to say this, even if we can't be, like, companies tell us all the time, we got training. Okay? I say, I'll tell you what, given us an opportunity to come in and show you what kind of training we have, one of 2 things will happen. Number 1, it's going to reaffirm that what you guys are currently doing is the best choice for your company. It's going to reaffirm that. You're going to say what else is out there. It's going to reaffirm we're kind of doing the best thing already. Okay? Or you're going to say, wow, there's some cool stuff we can do in addition to what we have. But most managers tell me they kind of owe that to their team, and most companies want to provide the best for their people. Okay? So you guys both did a good job there.
Well, and one thing that I would add, when I get to that point where they just say they would never leave their broker, I mean, that is a bold statement for any business owner to say.
Yeah.
Right? So I always use the same term, and I don't know if it speaks to every buyer, but I'll always say, if you're married to your broker and you would never leave them for any business reason, we don't have any reason to talk. Now, most people, if you just stop and they digest that, they feel kind of stupid saying that.
Yeah.
Because for any business reason, you would never leave your broker, just comes off as sounding
A bad business decision.
just
Yeah.
unprofessional. And so
Yeah.
when you do that, they say, no, well, if they're doing a bad job, and then you could start getting them to uncover, like what you were saying, you're happy with your broker and where this team was going, so what do you like about it? And then back to the training from months ago, if you could change anything or improve anything, what would you do? And then maybe that could get some issues. Well, it'd be nice if we had this or that, whatever. So, but the married to your broker thing always gets a, well, no, that's not true. I might consider for something. So just to get them off that mind thought or that thought process where we're never going to leave them. So.
One thing that I think Deb did well, I think you could have added a little bit more to it, is you were very slow and methodical. But there's a difference between being slow and methodical and doing slow and methodical with a little energy. Do you know what I mean? You assume that you could mirror match me, which we'll talk about when we do body language. But I was kind of more, no, we're already set up, and I was more of a fighter, more and so I might have tried to match mine a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but your points were really good. Your energy was real good. Okay, you were more matched to my energy. And remember, whenever you're having a conversation with someone, you want to mirror match and match their energy and their body language. And it might be a phone conversation that you're having with them, so all you really have is tone of voice and the energy level. So that's just kind of a small thing. So, okay. We'll do one more objection, and then we're going to... So,
Can you go over some of the
Yeah, I
other
want to
things that-
hear the 4 points that he did.
yeah, the 4
I wrote
points.
down
There are
a couple,
4.
but
He brought up the economy. Okay, he said, "Yeah, the economy is kind of tough right now." A lot of people tell me that. Okay, we hear that all the time. That was the first one. Second thing was he reviewed well. He reviewed really well a lot of topics that I had talked about earlier today and given you guys answers. He hit on several of the different things when he answered, and he also hit on 5 of the 7 points. Of the cycle, he hit 5 of the 7, which are good. Third thing was perhaps you haven't heard about us. Was the third thing you did, and the fourth one was the second set of eyes. So I saw 4 different things that he did in there, okay, which were really good. And then with you, Deb, you cushioned well. I put that down. Most clients have the same feelings you did. That's where you cushion well. And due diligence. I like the way you used the due diligence. That sounded professional. People wanted to do due diligence on that. That was good. So anyways, that's what I wrote down. I don't know what you guys wrote down. That's just the notes that I had written down. So okay. So it's 3-2 now with Team 1 winning. But we can. This is the last one we're going to cover. So which one do you guys want to do as the last one? All right, we've done. We're happy with your broker.
Jeff, do you have one that we should pick?
I'd have to read it first, so I'll let you decide. I haven't glanced at it, so.
I like the number 5.
Number
Going out to
4.
bid, or number 4?
The second.
On
number
the
4.
second one, this feels
Yeah.
so rushed. I like your present, but we haven't had much time to get to know each other. Maybe it's just best for us to table this and begin the process
That's a good one.
earlier next year.
That's a good one. That's a tough one.
I don't know. Pick quickly. We have people watching us pick.
Let's just do number 4 then.
What do you guys think? I mean, really? Is there one that you like consistently?
The time, the rush factor, I'd say the
Yeah.
decision maker, if you guys haven't already talked about it since then, we've had serious issues with finding out who the ultimate decision maker is.
Right.
And then being surprised at the end by having a different decision maker who's not even part of the company come in. Be it a board member, an equity partner, whoever it may be,
Right.
that will insert themselves in the decision and then have ultimate authority,
Right.
which is unpleasant since you weren't talking to them.
Ever.
Since you don't know their name. Yeah.
And then it's usually because of a relationship somewhere that you could have done the best selling, whatever, but they feel loyal to that person.
Yeah, one thing we're talking about later in our next sales meeting is how to get in front of that problem, meaning qualifying better.
Yeah.
If you had known there was an equity partner with a 20-year broker relationship, then you likely will lose, but at least you can get in front of that person and say, we're competent, we've done all this work, consider us,
Yeah.
as opposed to not even being in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway.
Which is a good thing, Jeff, for all of you guys watching on video, is we did qualifying last month. And there's a lot of good qualifying questions in there, a lot of good techniques with CPR, with CLASP, with what you have to do in qualifying. So I highly recommend you guys pull that stuff out and review the qualifying, because that's where the sales made. It's weird in sales training. If you guys look up like closing, there's a lot of stuff on closing. There's a lot of stuff on objections. Okay, a lot of stuff on building initial rapport. Very little stuff. That was one of the harder modules for me to write. Very little information on how to properly qualify.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
But it's actually,
but
if not, I mean, it's like
it's
the
huge.
most important thing
It's
practically
huge.
of all.
You don't even deserve. Remember what I said last month? I said you don't deserve the right to present until
Right.
you're properly qualified.
Right.
You're wasting your time.
You're wasting
Okay.
your time. And that is where, especially younger brokers, I mean, we've all, as younger brokers, had to start out, you have to just do whatever it is. You have to quote, business, but you literally get a high sense of false activity by just quoting.
Okay, so here we go. So we'll do then. Which one we're going to do? The number 4. Feel so rushed.
No, that's
number
number
2.
2.
Number 2 on the top or bottom.
Bottom.
Okay. So who went first last time?
We went
you guys.
first
So you guys go first this time, and you guys got 5 minutes to go get your act together and do it.
I said we go lightning round. My notes, and you got to look at that lady's face the whole time. Scowling.
And then, so guys, after this, we're gonna take a 5-minute bathroom break. So come back to this quick, and then we're gonna do the last part. Okay. So hold it till 5-minute bathroom break. Hold it.
2 days.
And you guys can sit across from each other because there's no.
Good job, huh? Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully.
That's awesome.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah, way to go. You guys are ahead, though.
We're winning.
See that.
Don't show yourself down.
Yeah.
All right, so
Lose, it's all your fault.
So
blame.
we're
I
doing-
get call half. He knows who to blame.
So we'll just, I mean, in the beginning, just say, before we start this whole process, are the people that actually make the final decision on board with you guys working with me?
I'm sorry, I kind of lost my train of
Before we start the process, I want to know if
Well, this is after
they've
the
already
final
done the
presentation.
process.
Oh, this is, well, then shame on me.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did a bad job in qualifying
Yeah.
in this case. But so how do you unwind
So
that?
this is after we've already done the work and quote it?
So I think the first stage is the cushion part where we understand what he or she is saying. We could even apologize. Oh, I didn't realize that there were others involved in the decision process. So I apologize about that. My take is I would want to find out who is part of the board. Maybe we know them. Maybe they need recommendations from our other, members who are on boards. Maybe we know them. I would just try to find out who exactly are the key players
Yeah, and what the process
in
is.
the process.
So I'm trying to find.
So
my
then we would
notes.
say, I have to present to the president and the board, and they will make the final decision. Well,
Sorry, Gary, I didn't realize that there was a whole board or process for making this decision. I thought it was just you and I when we initially started. So, have you had conversations with the board? Have you received any feedback from them regarding this information? What other information do you need? Who are the board members? Maybe we know them so that we can tie in some last-minute information that will pertain to them.
Well, I wouldn't start by saying sorry,
Okay.
because at this point, you want to at least be confident and stay in a strength
Yeah, that's
position, and say, isn't it? The way I would probably my knee-jerk reaction would be, well, isn't it nice having an insurance committee as a team to decide on the best program for you? And so that's a good thing. So if you just start there and say, who is on your team? And so ask who is it the entire board? Is there one leader of the board? And how do you assess within this committee the insurance brokers? So how do you make that determination? And then let Gary talk.
Yeah.
And so when you can uncover a little bit about that and say, that's very interesting, is there any chance we could present? I mean, the best case scenario is you could then present your story to them directly.
Yeah.
Right? I'm
Yeah.
sure that the board and the president want to avoid that at all costs. That's why they have their underling doing it.
Yeah.
But if you could insert yourself into that process, I think that would be the key element. So one is maybe to empathize, right?
Yep.
And then two, uncover.
What was that line you said? Wasn't it nice to have?
Well, isn't it nice to have an insurance committee to make
these
the decision
decisions.
together,
Yeah.
as opposed to taking the burden all onto yourself?
Yeah, or do you go the other way and empathize with them that's a challenge? Is
Well,
is it difficult to be in that position?
Well, and maybe that's part of what you say is it's so challenging understanding insurance just in general.
Yeah.
It's even harder to try to explain it to a board.
Yeah,
Would you like my assistance?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
Played into that nicely.
yeah.
decision process.
okay, you're our speaker this time.
Oh well, I mean, it's easy to say now.
We're
It's just-
already
yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
so we got to win this one.
So if we kind of so mentally we gotta empathize. So isn't it nice? Then uncover who is in the decision making process.
Yeah.
Difficult to understand. Okay. Assistance. And so you ask if you could participate, and maybe also at that point say, in the past, how have you come to your decision? And maybe maybe it's redundant,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if they've been doing this, how have you decided? So in
Yeah,
the past,
how
how
does
did
the
you come to your
process work?
conclusion?
Yeah.
So in the past.
Keep asking who else makes the decision.
Yeah, who
You know, he may
collectively.
throw you one.
Yeah. And then
Maybe two or
maybe
three.
you say, in the end, who has final authority, right?
Yeah.
So that's the final authority. Okay, so at that point we kind of get to the question of
And do
where
you like
they're at.
abalone at a villa in Hillsburg.
And I like. Let's see. So we empathize and say, "Isn't it nice?" We should also add many of our clients do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure, and you've already said that when you go into the process, is there a chance we could present directly? I like that line about, insurance is not rocket science, but it is difficult to explain and understand all the different endorsements and coverages.
Mhm.
Can we assist in?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to remember that. So, all these different presentations, has it only been one person presenting to Gary, or
Yeah.
can it be a team?
There's one person,
You.
so you pick so Deanne hasn't done it yet.
No, but he can do it. He's
Are you
better.
good?
Yeah, you do it.
Well, no, it's not about me
I know,
being
but
better.
No,
But why not have two
I
people?
want
do
you
it?
to do it.
Is there any reason?
No, you can do
It's
whatever
just-
you guys want.
Let's do a team. Let's have. Team selling in San Francisco is.
Yeah, we do
is
that
where
too.
all about.
Can we change the rules of the game at this point?
Sure.
As long as you tell someone yell out the window that they can do a team answer if they want, because that way we can get all 5 people on their team and doing it. Because
All right.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so tell them they have another minute or two, but they can do that way. Nobody got out of it not having to talk.
No one's getting
You know what I
hosed.
mean?
All right.
We also gotta make sure we tell Gary. Well, okay, you already said what we found was. Yeah, what we found was our clients appreciate when we assist them in presenting this to the board.
Mhm.
When is the board meeting? The close. When are you
Yeah,
presenting?
that's true with the wins.
We should be at the board meeting.
Right.
And I think this would be perfect for an if and when close, right? So after you sit down and you have the discussion with this supposedly, the supposed decision maker, if we provide the board with all of the right reasons to do business with Heffernan at the right price, is there any reason why we can't do business together?
Yeah, that's huge.
And
Yeah.
then right?
Yeah.
If they tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So.
Since this is the last one, would be great is if you guys had some fake beards to put on.
Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Benjamin. Who am I
Come in
thinking
as
of?
the closer.
Abraham Lincoln was a good closer, right? The one other thing I wanted to see is with this situation with the board and president scenario, where you don't know what will be shared, and so you have a proxy presenting for you.
Yeah.
What should be asked is what's important to that board or president,
Yeah.
because invariably when they sit down, they don't go over 500 different coverage parts.
Yeah.
They go over probably D&O, they go over GL limit umbrella.
Pricing.
They're not talking about anything other than a specific set that they really care about. So I think someone in here, we have to ask, what coverages do they care about? I mean,
Well, I think we should say, because insurance is so complicated, we've kind of put a little cheat sheet together that will basically outline your portfolio. But if we were to pick a couple of subjects, topics, what would be the most important to the decision maker for us to talk about, to hone in on?
yeah, assuming we get the opportunity to sit in with them, right?
Yeah. And if you don't, or the other thing we could offer is to essentially put together a comparison of their current program with what we're offering, basically do the person's work for them so they can go, this is what
Yeah, no, I like that. If you have time to present, if you do a
Yeah.
side by side,
offer that as
Because we want to make this as easy as, for you guys as possible. And
yeah.
so we've done a little bit of work for you up front.
I like that. So I had not to get off base, I had a circumstance that I was presenting, didn't have a good quote. They invited me in to do comparison for them, and they offered to pay me to do it, and it was kind of a hard one to figure out there. But so I said no on the payment, just with the hope that next time I would get a real shock because our product wasn't competitive. So I did a side by side with all of them, and people love it when you're no longer in the sale, when you're not selling them anything anymore.
Yeah.
And when you're just out of the mix, and and I've never been closer with them. So hopefully next year I'll have product.
Yeah.
But
Right.
for a couple grand in consulting fee to do the side by side, I didn't feel it was worth trying to sour them. Then they'll be ingratiated to me. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I have a little hand.
Uh-huh.
Got a little hand on them. So anything else?
Where's that hand?
I know. Well, it's got no money in it. It's empty, but I have a little upper hand. So how do we want to do it? You want to start, or would you like me to start?
You can start.
Okay. So you and I are a team.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
You guys want to? Do you know?
We want to practice.
practice.
Oh, is that the next?
Just practice real fast.
Okay. So why don't you be
I'm
Gary?
Gary.
Okay. So
Thanks, Jeff and Dan. You know what? I got the packet that you guys sent me, but I'm not the final decision maker, and I have to send this to the board and president, and they're the ones who actually make the decision, so it's really not me. So we'll let you know.
yeah, thanks for telling me that now, buddy. Okay, no, just kidding. So do you want to start?
No, she said you.
Oh, you want me to start? Okay. Well, I think it's great that you have a committee. It makes everyone feel more comfortable with the ultimate decision. So hopefully that's a good thing for you, and not a put more work in front of you that you don't need. Who is in the buying process in your organization? Did you say it was the president and a board? Is it the whole
we have
committee?
4 board members and 1 president.
So that must be fun trying to explain all the insurance language to them.
This is the worst part of the year.
Well, you know what we've done to help you is we've put a little spreadsheet together. It's a comparison about what your current program is and what offerings our program has. And so, to look through all of that and for you to have to explain that to the board, I know what a difficult situation that is. So we would be willing to come and, touch on a few subjects that is most important to the board, whether it be workers' comp or auto. What is the most important subject to the board for you guys? Where do you find your pain?
I don't know. They usually want me just to collect all the information from the different brokers and then present it in one day when we have our meeting in a couple weeks.
Well, this is the spreadsheet that we've done, so maybe you can just check it over and see, what you think about it, and give me some feedback, and I can rearrange or do whatever you need to be done to help you present it easier.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
and
look
more
through
clearly.
It.
Yeah, we have many clients who go through the same process, so you're in good company. Invariably the presentations are about a handful of coverages, and price often comes up. But what coverages do you focus on? Because we could help you dive into those more thoroughly and see who the best fit is broker-wise.
Well, I know they're going to talk about D&O. That's all they really care about, and the general liability is the most expensive. So probably those two will be 90% of the conversation.
Great.
Perfect.
Well, is there anything we could do to make your life easier presenting that? We'll do the side-by-side, anything in addition to that?
Actually, that makes sense.
Okay. Very good. So why don't we schedule some time to be in front of the board? Is there a good time? Is there a time you're meeting already that we can make ourselves available for you?
Well, we are meeting on the 22nd. I'd have to run it by them
Okay.
to see if you guys can get an intro into them.
Okay.
If not, we'll have to figure that out.
Well, what
why
time?
don't I just pencil it in now?
Okay.
And we'll be available for
Yeah,
you.
it's 22nd at 8 o'clock.
Could you change that to about 10 a.m.?
8 p.m.
Oh, 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
After work.
So who is the final authority in your organization? So is there someone who can give the yay or nay for any given broker? Is it you?
Steve Williams, the president.
Okay.
He's
so-
the one who will make the final decision. The board members will all give their input, but he's the
Right.
one.
So if we provide your organization with the best coverages at the best price with the best services, is there any reason why you can't do business with Heffernan?
I don't think so, but you'll want to talk to Steve. He's got a close relationship with the broker.
That's
Look forward to that meeting.
That's a good close. That.
Yeah.
So there's 3 different things: product, price, performance.
Yeah, well, you never know what comes out of your mouth.
I'd say
That's
this is
good.
one we've done for
That's
somebody
good.
else.
Yeah.
It's not theirs.
Okay.
Because he may just say, no, this is good enough, I'll take
Okay.
this.
All right.
This is an example of what we've done for other people.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can take your turn. Put it side by side with our
So do you want me to sit over there so you don't have to pan back and forth, or do you
Oh, if you're going to present, you should probably
sit next to it? Okay.
squeeze in there. You can
Hey,
sit
Murph. Murph. Okay. Let's talk about this. Turn it right.
I was supposed to
Okay. About to say it after me.
That was not good.
Okay, who goes first this time?
We do.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So you guys, if your guys rocks and theirs is okay, that would make it a tie because you guys got to catch up a point. Okay, so you guys have to rock. Okay, here we go.
No pressure.
Which is the one we did again? We did.
Which one did we do?
Number 4, the rush.
No.
No, we
Final
did the board. The
decision.
final decision.
Okay, number 2. Okay. So you know, Liz,
Good strategy.
I'm not the final decision maker. I've really got to present this to the president, the board, and they'll make the final decision. So you guys are doing it together? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Gary. That's totally understandable. We understand that your risk management program is an important thing to have a team deciding. It's a lot like Heffernan in that way. We never make big decisions for our company alone, so we have a lot in common in that sense.
Yeah, right on. Obviously, we come out in groups and talk to people about how we can help them. So clearly that's a part of our culture as well. So Gary, on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, how interested are you in what we talked about today?
Probably about an 8.
All right. Pretty good. Feel good about that. What would make it a 10?
You know, if you talked a little bit about loss control, I want to know a little bit more about that, claim services potentially. I just need to know a little bit more information in that realm.
All right, very good. So it sounds to me like if we were to address to your satisfaction and add in some loss control and some claims management services, that you would be interested in hiring Heffernan as your broker. Is that true?
I think, yeah, if I might want to see what you're going to add in there, of course. You know,
right. Okay, but let's assume. Okay, so let's assume that we added those things and that was something that you liked. How would you feel about, because a lot of times when we've had other nonprofits that we've worked with, often we're in a situation where we're presenting to the board. So clearly you are in a position where you need to partner with not only Bob but Mary and the board in making your decision on the risk management program.
Sure.
And so ultimately, I think what we're looking for and what other nonprofits have done, so Food for the Faithful did, is we sat down with them and we actually did the presentation together with the board. And with you partnering with us, I mean, it was really very exciting because we had an opportunity to sit down and kind of team sell the process to Bob, Mary, and the board, and it really made for a very, I don't know, it was just a really well done presentation. And ultimately, the person that we worked with, and I think you know Murph over there at Food for the Faithful, he's just really excited because we have an opportunity now to be their broker. So are you open to doing a presentation when the board sits down? I don't know, I think you told us it was near the end of the month. So are you open to doing that presentation with us?
Sure.
All right. That's great. So we'll get that set up, all right? And we'll make sure that we bring in that loss control and claims stuff. In fact, we'll probably bring in our loss control and claims person so that we can get some face-to-face time.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to find out, in your board members, can you tell me some of the different personality types? Who else is going to be at the board? A little bit about them, so we make sure that we address
That's a good question.
their needs.
Yeah, I can get you like a bio on each of the different people.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
And maybe some of their concerns, because I'm going to go to bat with you guys. We want to get this done, don't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. Awesome.
And Gary,
Thanks, Gary.
is there anything else you might need to see from us as well, in addition to the loss control and claim services? Anything else?
I think this is it now, but being able to give you guys a call in the next couple of weeks, if there's something else I can think, I'll certainly let you know.
Great.
Okay, that's great.
Appreciate it, Gary. This is going to be fun.
It's unfortunate you guys just disqualified yourself by using all the members.
Yeah, you know.
How are you going to get that extra point? With
I have to.
Marshall didn't say anything.
I do have to say.
Good job, Marshall.
We're waiting for you.
Okay.
It's too bad.
So,
Was it supposed to use all the members?
we're supposed to use 2 of the members, but
I know.
man, you guys were on a roll. I couldn't.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a lot of good things down here.
When we team sell, we team sell.
Nice, Deb. That was disqualified.
That's okay though.
It's all good.
A lot of stuff though. This is good. All right, so
Do the same.
let's see. So if you guys have a better, you guys get to answer the same one. Okay. If yours is better, obviously you guys will full on win the game. Okay. And so who are the 2 people? Okay.
Us 2.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's the objection. Get you guys mind wrapped around it.
It was a team.
Obviously, you guys have a little wild card. 2 of you can speak up if you need to.
Well, and we could sort of replicate exactly what they said.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. You know, I'm not the final decision maker. I really got to present this to the president, the board, and you know they'll be the ones making the final decision.
Well, isn't it nice having a group to be able to make a tough decision like this together? I mean, and it's difficult hearing all the presentations, and hopefully we could make your life easier in explaining all the coverages to your board. Who is within this insurance committee, if that's what you guys call it?
Who's on the committee? Well, there's 6 of them on the board of directors. You know, Joe, Mike, Fred, Harry, Nicholas, and Tommy.
Good job.
No women on that. No women on that.
Yeah, no women.
No women on that board.
You get a little salty right about now.
So generally, are you the one that's
That's Frederica.
responsible?
Oh, Frederica. Okay.
They call her Freddie.
So generally, are you the one that's responsible for explaining all of this to the board and pointing out the deficiencies in the programs and comparing between the programs with the different brokers?
Yeah, they're pretty analytical board, and we probably look at 8-10 different companies a year. I mean, it's pretty analytical. There's myself and another gentleman that do that.
Well, so here's a sample, because we've done this process, quite a bit. Here's a sample of what we've put together for another board that we've gone through the same process, trying to help make it easier for you to point out the great things about our program and so forth. And we want to, make the process as easy for you as possible. So if you just take a look at this and tell me what else you would like me to add to it, I could probably help you with the process in narrowing down, the difference between our program and your current program. It's pretty much a side-by-side view that I would present to you, and if there's something that that would be important to any certain board member, then let me know, and then I can hone in on that aspect of the coverage as well.
Okay.
So are there specific coverages that you'd like us to focus on? Many of our clients have insurance committees, and invariably when we present to them, there's only a handful of real concerns of theirs, and of course price. And if you had to drill down to a handful that would help us present to them, could you specify those for us?
Sure. The loss containment and the claim, how that whole process works.
Very good.
Okay, perfect. And I know that you guys meet on the third Thursday of each month, the board.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be great if we could come and answer any questions that the board might have. I know that they will have already reviewed the program before you guys meet on Thursday, and I'm sure they'll probably have questions, and we could help you answer any of those questions.
So why don't we put it down for 8 a.m., was it, on the 27th?
Okay, yeah, that's
And we'll be
fine.
available for you?
And we'll have our claims manager and our risk control manager attend the meeting as well, because they'll probably have specific questions for those areas.
So if we're able to provide you with, so if
I'm still waiting for the
close, what are you waiting for? Well, I was. Yeah. We're gonna just keep going and going. So if we're able to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price with the best possible service, is there any reason why your board and you, of course, would not go with Heffernan?
Good.
No, I suppose if you're really able to do that, we'd have to take a serious consideration look at that.
Great.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing you at 8 a.m. on the 27th.
Okay. Let me share what I wrote down as good things for both of you. For you guys over there, I really, really like the fact that. Oh God, what did I write that?
I was going to say.
I can't even write. You get 1 to 10 close was incredible. Okay, the 1 to 10 close really got out there, and we taught that. Remember that was the first month. Again, and a lot of people walk away from using the 1 to 10 close, and they forget about it. But it's one of the best. It's one of the best closes there are. If you can find out where they stand, you know where their temperature is. If they're a 4 early on, you got a lot of work to do. You know, if they're an 8, that's good. So that was good.
I don't even know what I pulled out of my ass.
You never know what you're going to say. You never remember what you said.
I gave you a lot of kudos for getting in there and doing partnering. That's a big lingo right now in business, guys, and business coaching and business magazines. It's all about partnering together to build something big. It's not about, like, I don't say anymore that I'm your trainer and you're the student. Let us partner to build your sales team to even stronger than it currently already is. So partnering is a huge thing. And let's partner together to go to the board. And if you really are a 10, if we can cover your claim services and stuff, then I think you'd probably enjoy being on the same team as us selling this thing. Now, if we haven't done our job to get you to a 10, then we probably don't deserve the right to partner with you. This is probably how I would handle something like that. That was good.
And I like if we kind of switch it around where if we're not allowed in to see the board, like you just said, if we haven't earned the right to meet with your board, then maybe we haven't earned the right for your business. So if you put that pressure, I think that's a great approach.
That's what partnering is. I got to earn the right. I say because the partnering is a pretty powerful word. You're almost saying for sure we're partnering now. You're almost putting that word in their mouth. But I've got to earn that right. I've got to earn that. I got to go and perform if you're going to want to call me a partner. You know. I also liked how at the end when you guys started chiming in, like it was like a doorbell. It was just chime. But you asked about the other board members, which is incredible. If we're going to go present, and we want to come in, I want to know that guy right there. That guy's his brother, man. His brother works for that other company, man. You got to know all those little things. Okay, that's the qualifying stuff. So that was a really good question. And the last thing, which sometimes we forget, is there anything else?
Yeah.
Did I forget anything? Can you imagine walking out? We think we got this down. Oh, there is one more thing, and that could have been the thing that was the most
biggest
important.
objection.
Yeah, the biggest objection. So you got to remember. That's why you guys always have to have the 7 steps kind of in the back of your mind memorized. And you notice how we didn't use all 7 all the time.
Right.
Sometimes it's not appropriate, but you have to know the 7 because it's part of the thought process of clearly overcoming these objections. Okay. You guys, let's just take a look at this. You were very matter of fact. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember, that's how you started. Okay, let's just take a look at this, and that was your cushioning, okay, of the objection. I like that. Good asking about people on the board. You guys also asked the same thing about people on the board. I really like, Jeff, how you do like I do. Why don't we put you down? Okay, you took assumptive to that, which was good. And I like we call it the price product performance close. It was a close I taught you guys on one of the closing sessions. Okay, if we can offer you, you do it a little bit differently. Though you say we can offer you the best product, lowest price, with the best service. All right, but really, which of those would you be willing to give up? That's the last part of it. They don't want to give up any part of it. Okay, but usually you have to give up part of it. In other words, nobody can provide the best service, the best price, and the best product. Okay, usually, because there's a cost for those things. Okay, which would you be willing to get? No, I'm willing to pay a little bit more for a better product. So I like how you did that close. So I think it's really close, but to be quite honest, I think you guys got the point on that one. I really do. Okay.
Earned a bet.
Tie.
So because it's a tie, and I did not, guys, and I did not. So everybody gets a chance to win millions with the Hot 100, and because it's a tie, I actually was going to give you guys all tickets whether you won or lost because I think you're all winners for doing this game today. Okay, so everybody gets a lotto ticket and scratch them. Yeah, scratch them. 3, 4,
I'm sure
5.
Deb won.
There you go.
Something.
Yeah, and I just want to say, and I just want to see. Okay, so we're going to do our break now, but why don't you guys scratch them now to see if anybody won any money? Thank you.
All right.
Okay. See.
Well, I get to participate.
Winner.
I don't know how you played.
Did you win
I just
already?
got them this morning, but
Match. And the numbers.
You did match all 6?
I don't know how it works. Okay.
27. My lucky number.
Boom, I won $1.
Get out.
All right, you got a coffee.
That was
You
the
get it.
first scratch right there.
Do you only?
Okay, on answering all the objections that we get in fundraising. And I go, man, this is a pretty fun game. Okay, and everybody always liked it. We'd get a little flip chart out, and we'd go back and forth. And I've been doing it. I didn't get a chance to do it last time. So, just thinking about, I wanted the training to be a little more interactive today.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed
Very
that.
helpful. It's huge. It makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, well, what did you guys get out of it? Think about the 7 points, some of the different things. Just look back at your notes. I want to hear from you guys a little bit about what did I get out of it? What am I going to do now when I answer objections and stuff like that?
I think today helped me a lot because I like the 7-step process because it helps me visualize how to get a conversation and how I can implement the other things that we've learned into it.
Right.
So it kind of helps that, I got to touch this, and this, and here's the process to do it. Start with this, go through here, you hear an objection, you take it from your closes, you put that close into that objection, you keep going further, and it's a good process to, I'm going to try it.
Yeah, and then many times today, did you guys notice? I remember back in third month we covered this, and the 5th month we covered this, and it kind of weaved in a lot of the different things that we've been learning over the time. So absolutely. Anybody else?
Well, I like having the process, the thought process, and having to go over it a few times and say it.
Yeah.
Well, it creates the process. I mean, it's nice to have it
Instead
on
of
words.
not being out of your
But-
tootie all the time and hoping that you get something.
Yeah, and it also it just helps with the word transitions, from thought to thought.
Yeah.
And then hearing other people say how they handle it is pretty helpful too.
Heck yeah. Well, that was the whole thing because you're getting to collaborate with other people and stuff. Yeah.
But I think one thing Liz said, for people who have been doing this a long time, for us, sometimes you never know exactly how you're going to articulate something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly what your response will be, but having some repetition and practicing on your client or your prospect is the worst place to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even for people who've been doing it a long time, situations like this will at least give you that one go-to response for every one of these objections with structure, which is what you guys are saying. We'll at least build it into the process, as opposed to when you get the objection, we're happy with our current broker, like, well, that's great, okay, well,
Okay, bye.
call me when you're not happy.
Yeah. I know.
That's what we do a lot of times.
No, it's so true. And I think for people like Jeff and myself, and a lot of times when you're trying to lead younger producers through the process, it is so difficult to teach what you have learned from practicing on hundreds of prospects. It's so difficult to articulate, okay, here's when you say this, and here's how you cushion, and because you just don't know how to put the words to it, because it's just instinctual after having done it so many times or screwing it up so many times. And so this gives really good structure to be able to actually teach it in a classroom kind of format where it's safe to practice, drill, rehearse, and do it, make it fun, and then give them the words so that they can have their own scripts when they go out, which is massive.
Right.
And I really hope the other branches. I mean, this could be just something that would really help a lot of our newbies.
Mhm.
And I feel like we need to get that word out.
And you guys even taking it a step further. We only did 4 today. Okay, but let's say another day you guys come back in your own branches and you do the same game just kind of amongst yourself, but someone taking good notes and you get the other 6 down.
Right.
Okay, then you got answers to all 10 of those objections, and then you can actually hand it to, here's the 10 we've been working on the last couple times, and then you still practice drill with that. I think that's huge. At least you won't so many times tongue tie yourself when you're, when you get those, So I remember we knew every single objection that you could possibly have in the fundraising business, backward and forward. But it started with playing this game, and then getting other. And it was good because it wasn't just like one guy that's a trainer guy in the company writing it up. It was kind of a collaboration of the best from everybody, which was kind of cool, and that you guys can do that. So I highly recommend you guys don't give up on this, and this would be one that you do. You look back at your notes today you took and rewrite your notes. I love rewriting notes right after a training. Okay, to something that's readable and something that's short and something you can review a lot. So okay, so now I want to shift gears a little bit. We're going to do body language next time, but an important part of answering objections, right, and being able to be on top of that is being a great listener, right? And for salespeople, a lot of times that's difficult. Salespeople, we want to talk. Do you guys remember what the rule of thumb is, the ratios, how often you should be talking, and how often they should be talking in a conversation? Do you guys remember that? Phyllis?
I don't remember that specific ratio, but I remember the topic.
All right, 2/3, 1/3. So in any conversation, okay, it should be about a 2/3, 1/3 ratio, and you should be doing 1/3, okay, and they should be doing 2/3.
Just to be clear.
Just want to make sure you guys understand that, okay? And it's really funny sometimes when you do a ride along, when you guys, and I'm sure you two is when you do a ride along, but if you guys get into leadership and you watch somebody sell, and that's what a lot of companies I do is I watch and then I critique at the end. Okay, critique their presentation, and it's hard to bite your tongue as a trainer, as a leader, and just watch them keep talking. And it's one more thing, and they keep talking and keep talking, and they're really selling themselves out because they're coming across as a salesperson. Okay, incredible salespeople are incredible at asking questions. You should write that down. You need to be an incredible question and an incredible listening person. All right. And so ask yourself right now, I'm just curious, are you, for the most part, when you do a presentation, just for the most part, I know you got to think back of all your presentations, okay? Are you a person that, God, let me show you, let me present, let me show my PowerPoint, let me do this, and doing most of it, you're doing the talking, all right? Or are you actually asking questions that are thought-provoking questions? I've recently, and I could share you guys at the end, I've seen my closing percentage go up a lot over the last 3 months as far as getting appointments and getting people to the next step of the process by taking my presentation, putting it into a PowerPoint, and then putting it on my iPad. Okay? And by going through it and they can see it, and they can see it and hear it, it gives me chances to ask questions to them. Okay, and slows it down a little bit, and it's not just me talking all the time. Does that make sense? Okay, so I don't know how you guys present normally. Are you just having conversations, or are you showing them some sort of pamphlets and things like that? And, but you really want to be a better listener. So I have in my book, a second book, Turn It Up a Notch Weekly, I did a little module on listening. So I'm just going to say a few things and just write a couple notes on your paper on listening. You might have a couple good ideas here that I think you guys might find useful. How well do you listen to others? Write that on my paper. How well do I listen to others? You're like, what did you say again? Like, I noticed I caught myself a little bit messed up when I asked Lizzie a little bit earlier today. I asked where her kids are from, okay, that are at her house. And I caught the Kentucky. Mm-hmm. I didn't catch Idaho, right? Ohio, okay. And I missed that part, all right? And you know why that was? When I was talking to her, and we all do this, preoccupied on my computer, setting up, and I wasn't fully present. So how often are we having conversations with people that we're not fully present? Okay, but that's a small little example. But what happens if we do that in a situation where we be closing a big account, all right, or we could be closing something big? How well are we listening? How well are we listening to their objection? What if we don't even hear the objection? Mm-hmm. They give it to us and we keep talking. It happens a lot of times. Right in the whole thing, they're giving you their objection as people just keep talking right through it. And then they're nodding their head like this. like the rest of your presentation, but you think they've already shut you out. All right, so for many of us, myself included, listening can be challenging at times. We're often busy, focused on ourselves and what we want to say as salespeople, evaluating the person speaking and what they're saying, distracted with all other things we think we should be doing instead of listening to them. With this and others things getting in our way, it's amazing that we ever hear anything that anyone says at all. However, listening is not only the most important aspect of communication, it can make or break our relationships, our marriages, our business relationships, everything. Our ability to appreciate, respond to, and empower others is based on our ability to listen to them in an empowering and open way. There are 3 levels of listening, so you're going to want to write these 3 down. There's 3 levels of listening and some important things we can do to become more effective in our ability to listen to others. Okay, the first one is be present. I've talked about being present before, and it's something that it's a hard thing to do, but if you guys walk out of here today going, I'm going to be a listener, I'm really going to be focused on being more present in everything you do. I mean, you go and you get some lunch and the cashier takes your money, and just that short little interaction and saying, I really appreciate you, or just really paying attention for that 1 second, that you might have been their only customer all day that was really present with them. Everybody else was just kind of going through the motions. Do you know what I mean? And being present it's huge. So here's some thoughts on being present. Give the person your full attention, not partial attention. Stop typing, watching TV, answering your phone, or doing anything else. Have you guys ever had a conversation with somebody and they're going, hang on a second, and they're texting at the same time, or they're doing something on their phone, and it's like, first of all, it's probably irritating. But man, fully, it's hard to do, guys. But just like, I only have a couple minutes on, but I'm going to give you those 2 minutes, just you and me during these 2 minutes. I don't have a lot of time, but let's talk through this. Okay? Well, what does that say?
You're important. You're valuable.
You're important. I am a busy guy. Okay, I got a bunch of stuff going, but I'm going to give you just fully us. Okay, it's huge. Multitasking doesn't work when you're listening to others. When we're present, we're able to actually hear what people say, get the information, and pay attention to them in a way that validates and acknowledges them. I wasn't fully present when I'm being vulnerable here and telling you, as when I asked Lizzie where her 2 kids from. I wasn't fully present. How many times do we do that every day? Of not being fully present. Okay. Second area, make an emotional connection. Make an emotional connection. Once we're present and actually hear what a person says, we have the ability to listen between the words. This allows us to hear and feel what they truly mean, understand where they're coming from, and know what they want. When we connect with the person emotionally, it's much easier to resolve a conflict, understand them, or figure out how to support them. So when we're hearing these objections, by really listening, and remember what I said, I think it was step 2 or step 3, we have to repeat the objection back to them. I don't think we did a very good job at that today, actually. Everything else I think we did awesome, but I don't think that many times we said, now if I hear you right, what you're saying is, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I want you guys to really clearly hear what their objection is. Okay, because this was just a game today. But in the real bullets out there, they're not going to probably give you the real objection that first time again, remember? Okay, it's going to be the second or third time that they might give you the real objection. So hearing them, do they seem like they're sincere? Is an excuse? If I'm hearing you right, the one thing holding you back, Owen, is that's an emotional appeal. I'm looking right at him, and I'm really getting into his world. That's what you want to do. You want to get into their world. And a way to have that emotional appeal is look them in the eye. Now, you can't, of course, do that if they're on the phone. But you could slow down. Remember, and we'll talk about this in body language and tone of voice, but if I'm talking at this speed, and then I get to that point, now a moment ago, Murph, you gave me a concern that you had. And I just really want to take a moment and let you know that I'm listening, and I hear you. Now, what happened to my tone of voice? Was I a little bit faster a little bit before? Mm-hmm. And then what did I just do?
Slowed it down. Brought it down, and I lowered my tone of what? Voice. Why do I do that? Because someone that's listening is attractive. Mm-hmm. Someone that's listening is appealing. Right? And they have to know that you're listening to them. So that's the second part, is make an emotional connection.
The third part, number 3, is listen in an empowering way. Listen in an empowering way. Pay attention to the opinion you have about the person or what they're saying. If your opinion is empowering, i.e. positive, great. If not, see if you can upgrade it to something desirable. This is not about agreeing with or liking everyone. It's about taking responsibility for our judgments and realizing that our opinions color what we hear and how we hear it. It's difficult to have an empowering or positive conversation with someone whom we judge in a negative way. You guys want to talk about that? Okay. It may take some work on our part to find the good stuff or work through our issues with the person, but if we're committed to having a healthy communication and relationship with them, identifying our judgments and doing whatever we can to move through them, this will allow us to listen to others in an empowering way. So basically, you just put don't judge people. When you're listening for the words, you're listening for the feeling, you're not judging them, because when you judge them, you're not listening to anything they're saying. Okay? And it's hard sometimes, because sometimes we're mad at them, or we have feelings against them, but when we're able to do the internal work it takes to become a great listener, slow down, pay attention, self-righteous judgments, and more, we can enhance our relationships in a profound way, which opens the door for us to be even more powerful than you already are. With the rust and judgmental nature of life, business, and culture today, being able to really listen to others is such a vital skill. It's not always easy. It takes some practice and humility, and something we need to pay attention to it in every moment. I encourage you to make being a better listener part of your goals. Eat it, sleep it, drink it. If you're really going to be successful in all that you do, you have to become passionate about this concept. Listening to others can allow you to experience so many positive things. Here's what I want you guys to write down. Improve communication. Conflicts resolved easier. If over time, let's say you have a relationship with somebody and you've noticed it kind of going downhill, and over time they start noticing, man, he's listening to me better. And you don't notice you're working towards a goal, conflicts become less because you're a better listener. Deeper connections when you're a better listener. Gosh, I really hear you. I haven't been listening as good before. I'm really working on that part of my life right now. I really hear you, and I'm going to do a better job at that. Okay. Greater appreciation. When you're a better listener, you have a greater appreciation for other people, and they have a greater appreciation for you. Enhance understanding. You learn more. Oh, by the way, when you listen more, you learn more, and you're more aware. Have fun with it as you practice. See if you can put some attention on this today and the rest of the week, on taking time to really listen to people around you. I bet they will love it, and you'll be amazed at what happens. I know that when I really focus on listening to not only the words, but the meaning and the thought process behind the words, things always turn out better. So I want to challenge you guys today, in any interaction that you have, just at least 3 times today, to really, maybe it's a lunch, maybe it's you're walking by, hey man, I haven't been up here, so I'm just going by, and you just have a conversation with them. Look them in the eye, be emotional, be present, and see what happens to that conversation, and see how you walk away, and just really be interested. There's a good line I want you guys to finish with today. Be interested, not interesting. Be interested, not interesting. And on that, we're right at noon, and I think we're going to call it a wrap for the week. And we didn't get through everything, but sometimes getting deeper into a topic rather than trying to get through it is better.
So we'll do body language next time?
Body language
so
so you guys won't even have to do any more copies. Body language and customers for life are 2 good modules. Plus, I'll weave in some things, into next month. But yeah, so you guys,
Fun
you're welcome.
session.
Yeah,
Very good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody.
You're welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
And it'll be-